Hi there. So I'm going to try to make this kind of short. I'm going to talk about the friend zone, which I hear a lot of people talk about. I hear a lot of guys talk about it. Why they always get in friend zone and passed over. If I'm a good guy and I get passed over for like these crappy dudes by these women and this and that. Well, the first thing I want to say is it's not just women. Men do that too. And it really has to do with not, so I'll tell you as a woman, I know that I don't, personally do not go out and say, I want a dude treats me like crap. You know, like I want to find a dude that's like the worst to me. Usually my relationships have been like they were really nice to me in the beginning. And that's how everybody starts out. Like you don't really see, like my cousin always says, you don't really see the real person in the beginning. Like the first 1 to 3 months, you meet the person's representative. Maybe that came from Chris Rock. I don't know. I heard it somewhere. But anyway, that's true. So when I've met guys that just so nice and so great, you don't see that they're like sociopaths until later. But going back to the being friend zone thing, don't take it to heart. Don't take it personal. Okay. The only thing that means when somebody passes on you, or if a girl or a guy says they just want to be friends and that's it, it just means that they're not into you for some reason. 9 times out of 10, it's that they're not attracted to you. And it sucks to say that. It does, and that's not me saying that you are unattractive or that you're ugly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying they do not find you attractive based on their particular set of wants or particular set of things that they find attractive. It could be just as simple as they like guys with thick wavy hair and you're bald, or they like a guy who's in shape and you're about 100 pounds overweight. Things like that. It doesn't mean that you're bad. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It just means that that person is just not into what you have to offer. And that's good because it gives you a chance to be free and find someone who's going to be into what you have to offer. And that's what you want. The thing you don't want to do is to try to stick around and try to do what my brother calls shoehorning it, and try to make it fit, and try to, if I'm around this person and I show this person how much I care and I'm there for them, they're going to wake up one day and realize that they're in love with me, and I'm going to get my reward. If you do that, you're turning yourself into a hamster. Just please give me some scraps here, And I've done that too, It's a couple years back, and after I went through my divorce, there was this really cute guy, and I really liked him, and he couldn't have been less interested in me. And it's just so embarrassing to think about it now, but like I did everything I could to try to put myself in front of him and try to get him to notice me, buying outfits, trying to dress up cute, visiting him and texting him, and he had no interest in me whatsoever. And I just thought I was going to win him over, which was very misguided and kind of sad, but obviously it didn't work. And it hurts your self-esteem because then you start to think, well, what's wrong with me? Or, and then after you kind of get over the self-esteem, low self-esteem and depression stage, you start to get angry. You're like, well, that person, they just don't want a good woman. Or they just don't want a good man. They want somebody who's going to use them and treat them like crap, blah, blah. No. It just means that he wasn't into me. And it could have been something as simple as he could have been into white women. He could have been into a woman who was his nationality. Who knows? Where he comes from, the women are very light-skinned and they have very, very long hair by nature and they're just beautiful, and maybe that's the type of woman he was looking for. Or maybe he wasn't into women at all. I mean, who knows? Who really knows? Or he could have already been in a relationship, didn't tell me about it. You just don't know. So don't assume that it means that there is something wrong with you. It just means that they wanted something else. Now, if you're honest with yourself, you will know and admit that you have your own set of preferences that may not be the same. If that were not true, then you would just take any old toothless, disgusting person that tried to hit you up, and I know you have, you know, standards or whatever. Everybody does. You would just take whoever talked to you, whoever liked you. So don't get mad at somebody else for having standards that exclude you when you have standards that exclude other people. Everybody does. And the thing about finding love is that you just really have to keep trying and find somebody who appreciates what you have to offer while you appreciate what they have to offer. And don't be like me and make a mistake of chasing after somebody thinking you're going to win them over. It doesn't work. It's a huge waste of time. And it's really a morale buster. Like, all it can do is lead to, it can't end well. You know, all it can lead to is frustration and waste of time. And really, when you think about it, even if you did win that person over, it wouldn't be really a victory, because you would be with someone who is settling for you. And you don't want to be with somebody that's settling for you. You want to be with somebody who at least wants to be with you as much as you want to be with them. Okay? Because if you get in a relationship where you win somebody over, you're always going to be walking on eggshells, trying to keep their interests like a spoiled 2-year-old. And you're just never going to be happy. You're going to have that person, and in your mind, you're going to think you won, but then you're always going to have to be working on keeping them from straying from you or whatever else. No. Don't waste your time. And don't get mad at somebody for having preferences, because if you're honest, like I said, you know that you have preferences too. Now, for example, you know, it's a guy who might be really, really short, and they get mad because all these girls, one is a 6'2" guy who's bald and rich and blah, 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 blah. But yet, the same person, now this is just an example, the same person wasn't into anybody over like a size 1 or 2. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the same could be said to him from a woman who's like a size 8 or 12, or, you know, like, oh, you're turning me down because I'm a little big. You're being shallow. You're being shallow. Now, I will say this. Everybody needs to be attracted to you. Like, I don't recommend that people always say, well, looks shouldn't matter. Don't be shallow, blah, blah, blah. But I'm sorry, but looks do matter, okay? It doesn't have to be somebody that you just don't want it to be to the extreme. You need to be at least attracted to the person you're going to be in a relationship with. Because if you're not, you're setting yourself up for trouble. And I don't care what anybody says, you're setting yourself up to be unhappy. And you're always in the back of your mind going to be thinking, I could do better. Nobody will admit that. I'm brave enough to admit that. And I'm probably going to get people angry with me and get angry comments because of it. But it's the truth. You have to be at least attracted to something about the person. Even if the guy, a lot of women end up with guys that are maybe not their type, but you don't want to end up with somebody who makes you want to throw up after you have sex. Or if you look at their naked body, it's like, you know. Some people can do that, and I don't understand how people can do that. Like, some of these women, they get with these like really super old men. And this is the thing for me from men. I'm not down on old men, but I just had this old man day before yesterday at the gas station tried to talk to me. He had no teeth in the bottom of his mouth. He looked like Jerome from Martin. And I was just like, absolutely not. I mean, the only thing an old man can do for me is show me where a young man is. And that's just me. I don't find elderly men attractive. Doesn't mean that there's something wrong with me or that I'm shallow. I just don't find it attractive. So if you're feeling your friend zone and you're feeling down about yourself, you know what? My advice to you is just find somebody else. Just work on finding somebody who appreciates you for you. And be glad that that person rejected you and saved you from a lifetime of just trying and trying and trying and never quite being good enough. Because if you do get somebody that does give in and you wear them down, it's always going to be a situation where you love them more than they love you. And it's not cool. It's not equal. It's not fun. So they saved you some trouble. Now you can move on, find somebody that's more suitable to you. Okay, well, that's it. All I'm going to say about that. Leave your comments, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.